Hello, friends and neighbors. Swaggin' Man Piper 1926 here. Trying to back out of my last job's driveway. Not smash the other car coming. Smoking my Peterson 160 with some easy times. Right now isn't anything but easy times. As I'm attempting to get home in the snow. As or before the snow. We got us a little bit of snow here, but it's drivable as long as you're not dumb about it. Drive recklessly. But here we are. You ever notice how something bad will happen to you and you're just, man, I can't believe that happened? And then next day, a few days down the road, something along the lines, you have something else come up. And because the situation originally happened to you, there are a few things different. And because of the different things, it turns out to be a little better than what it would have been. Now, you think I'm talking in code, but plainly said, I was hit the other day, last Wednesday, in the rear, and the guy kind of caught the corner of the van, which didn't make the van not drivable, but my office went ahead, took it in the process of getting it quoted to either repair or replace, because that's a high mileage van. But so I was putting in one of these little it's littler than our typical van, but it's a Dodge ProMaster. And basically what that means is, instead of being rear wheel drive, it is front wheel drive, which is good, particularly in the snow. One, that I'm not slipping and sliding all over the place, but also it's not quite four-wheel drive, but you're a little bit better. You're better off in this and you are a rear wheel drive to, traverse weather like this or any such unfavorable conditions. So Thursday, yeah, I was in an area of Mingo County, West Virginia, and in that portion there is just pockets of service, and that's service to make a phone call, typically service to pull up maps to be able to find where you're going if you don't know. So I went to the hillside, is what it was, pulled off and made the necessary phone call, and pulled up the man's address on Google Maps. Now, I typically use Apple Maps, partially because normally you find what you're looking for, and I just typically stick with Apple. Because it doesn't take me on stupid roads. Google, on the other hand, will take you on a road that once upon a time might have been an actual road, but is no longer a road. And I knew better. I went up and following Google Maps like I had good sense, and went up a mine road. Now, keep in mind, this is a we'll call it a multi-shaft mine. Different roads will take you to different, shafts and everything. Plus, there are folks that live up there. And so I thought, okay, this will be, kind of an easier to go back to the main road and then traverse back up. This is just going to kind of cut me in. Well, that was my first mistake, trying to take shortcuts. So I traversed through the mine area and got me going up this hill. Now keep in mind, it is well used rock or dirt and rock. Not completely blacktop all the way, but there is life there. And I get up to this hill and it says to go down the other side. And I'm thinking, well, if it's about what it has been, it shouldn't be too terrible. That's where I made my mistake. So I start going down this hill, and what resemblance of a road was had all but left. And it had rained quite a bit that day, or this portion where we had a lot of the rain. So that clay that's prevalent almost everywhere in West Virginia is very slick, and I was put in a situation where it was either going into a ditch that it's 4-foot ditch, probably maybe 5, that this van would have basically about been on its side, just laying on its side, or a drop off the hillside. which either of them is not ideal. Obviously, if you got to pick one, it's the smaller ditch other than the drop off the hillside. But because of being in a ProMaster van, or at least a front wheel drive van, I was able to gradually get down through this mud, and it wasn't rock, it was like stones, like baseball size or bigger for the most part. And what it basically was like a side-by-side trail, or four-wheelers or something like that, or a four-wheel drive. Probably would have made it up there respectively okay. And then, once I make it to the bottom, and I see the road, it's just over there. I have about, I don't know, 40, maybe 50 feet worth of a creek to cross. And again, I have done similar things in the old van, but having that extra little bit in the front sure does help. Or it did. It helped. So, that's my little story for today. Hopefully you all are doing out there and staying warm and dry and safe wherever you all are. And hopefully you all are doing well. Got a nice warm cup of coffee by you, and hopefully a lit pipe. And you all take care out there, and remember,